why ona sa jakwa sa da si oste got ni gali wis. Go ask the gente to wa no ni got ni gola da na de tinu wala dos na no su'a. Ke go skana I to wa tenu. My name is Dahawi Zolo. I'm Bear Clan from the Mohawk Nation. Welcome to my home. We had lived on these lands for thousands of years. And it's appropriate that I be here today because I know what's going on in the world. A lot of what's going on is what happened to my people as well. The flags that I see before me hits hard because 90% of our indigenous people now are with the Creator. But just like the seeds you see in the altar before me, we're very resilient because I'm still here. I still have my name. I still have my language, my songs, my ceremonies, and the instructions given to me by the Creator. Earlier today, I took a member of the human beings from Palestine. And just like me, 500 years now, since our relocation from our homelands to somewhere else, we went through trauma, and we go through it still today. But the Creator sent somebody to us. We call him the peacemaker. And he gave us instruction how to live with one another, how to deal with our traumas, and to continue the business of human beings as we travel along Mother Earth. So what I did for this young lady is I took the deer hide, and they told us, make it on their eyes, because the things that they have seen will obstruct from them seeing the beauty of the world. So their eyes can once again see those things that the Creator has created for us, the trees, the waters, the different animals. These are here to make our minds come off the ground and lift them up if we ask for that help. So take that deer hide, and symbolically, I'm going to do that for you now, and wipe your eyes so that you can see the beauty again. The next thing they told us, what we call the edge of the woods ceremony, is we take a plume of the feather and we start to scrape out the ears because we've heard things that we're not supposed to hear. And so we take that plume and we clean out your ears now so that you can hear the beauty around you. A little while ago, for the first time, a lot of us saw two eagles sitting on this tree right behind us. And they were talking to each other. To us and my people, that eagle, anytime it's around, it's a good sign. And I know it was here for us today. So we take that plume and I take it in your ears and I make those obstructions go away that makes you hear those bad things, so that you can hear those eagles talk to each other, so you can hear the birds, so you can hear those babbling brooks, those things that picks up our mind and lifts us back up from the ground. The next thing was you've all had something to drink up there, most of you have, and that's to clear our throats, because we have that lump in there from things that have happened to us, the ones that have passed on, the traumas that we endure today. And we take that cedar. For us, it's a strawberry drink, and it clears our throat. Because in the springtime, when those strawberries come and we go all winter not being able to taste that fresh berry that only comes out once in a while. And when we eat that, it's like a medicine. Boy, does it make us feel good to eat that again. So that clears our throats. And again, that brings up our mind off the ground. From when the winter blanket comes and it covers us, and it's story time. But when the strawberries come, it makes us feel good. The last thing that we do is we sing. And there's a particular traveling song that we sing for the people that are coming from far away. They're coming to my homeland. And like how you did it, says the edge of the woods. When I looked and I saw all you people coming from that end, coming down, it reminded me of the edge of the woods and that you're coming down. And what we usually do is we build a fire at the end of that woods. And those people, which would be you, coming to me, to my home, I would ask you, are you coming here for peace or war? And so peace is the answer today for me. So welcome to my home. And be aware that our traumas are still continuing to this day as well for 500 years. And we're still dealing with it. But it's gatherings like this today that we have that is healing for my body, for my soul, my spirit, for my people, and the ones that have passed on. So it's a good reminder for me. These flags you see behind me, they share that same sentiment with my people. We have a lot of journey to do now, and we have to be strong. So I clear your eyes, I clear your ears, so you can hear those beautiful things again. And I take that lump from your throat, because we have a lot of work to do to make sure that our families are okay and that you are okay. These are the words from my people. These are the words that get us by. I want to thank you for coming to visit me in my homelands. No.
Thank you, Kenny. And yes, these are your lands. And we are all here, guests. Some of us are guests because we chose to be here, to take shelter. But most of us didn't choose to be here. We have worlds that we love, that we wish we had come here as just temporary visitors. But our worlds are being destroyed, just like your world right here has been destroyed. And we stand here, and while you're all invited to a funeral for my people in Palestine, we are all kin in this world. And we stand in this former plantation, where I stand, the blood of your people, the blood of many people who were taken captive all the way from Africa here. So before we remember, and as we remember, and as we call the spirit of all the thousands of my brothers and my sisters who have been killed, and as I take this breath, many are being killed right now. And I wish they were just killed. I wish sometimes that they would spare us and they would give us the mercy of just killing us. But no, they are murdering us. They are forcing people to take off their clothes and humiliate them, put them in trucks, torture them, worse than death. So there are no words, and as many words that I could have prepared, I don't think that there are really words that can describe the disgusting atrocities that we're watching. And so we're here because as we are in grief, we're also being asked to be fighters, to defend our right to cry, our right to be together, our right to mourn our death, our right to even say that we are being killed and we are being attacked. And so this is the space that we hoped to bring everybody to say that we also have the right and the need to be together, to cry together. As I walked yesterday, I took a walk by the river. I also couldn't help but think about all the blood that this river has witnessed. And as I walked and I thought about that, I thought about this beautiful planet, the eagles that visited us, the sparrows that I grew up with in Palestine, the food that we eat, everything that we love here, all these sisters and brothers, all these seed mothers and fathers. I realized, oh my God, as these people are trying to kill us right now, I know that it's not about us. It's not about Palestine alone. Sadly, every single one of us know that right now it's us, tomorrow it's you. Because the same forces that are murdering us right now have no interest in life, and they have an interest in destroying this beautiful planet. And maybe their plan is to go to the moon, but we love this planet. So I want to invite you with me today to not just remember those who have been killed in Palestine, and as we think about them and all the people who haven't had the chance to bury their loved ones, today we're symbolically coming together to bury them because they deserve a sacred burial. I want to invite you also to bury, if you like, the parts of you that have been mediocre, the parts of you that have engaged in the world that has asked us to be mediocre, and we ate the mediocrity, and the parts of us, the parts of our souls that have been damaged by what we're seeing. And sadly, we also bury the people that are dying right now. And you don't have to just bomb people to kill them. There's a part of our spirit that's being killed. And so, as we mourn the mothers who are giving birth and being shot as they are giving birth, the men that are trying to save their children from under rubble and being called monsters, the children, the thousands of children who haven't seen the world yet, and the birds and the trees and the whole of our lives that are being destroyed. I invite you to really bring them into your awareness right now, and to remember that this is about you as much as it's about us. And finally, I want to say I was born and raised in Palestine, and for me, Gaza was a very important place in my childhood. It's where my father, whose spirit I bring forth today, who passed away also not long ago, he would take us every Sunday to Gaza. And that's where I had my first shrimp, and that's where I saw the sea for the first time, and that's where I tasted sugarcane for the first time. And for me, Gaza was always a place of magic, so much magic. And so we mourn a whole lifestyle, a whole culture, a whole world that is being destroyed. And I want to say less, and I want to invite my brother Yazan, who is from Gaza, who walks with us and is with us, to remember that every single one of us, when you're walking around, look at the person next to you. Most of us come from a world that is being destroyed. And as the world is hospicing itself, let's try to remember that each one of us deserves to live and has a story. And I will just hand it over to Yazan and let him tell you about the beautiful world he comes from.
I stand before you today as an 18-year-old kid from Gaza, Palestine. I have came to the US 4 months ago, and this was my dream, to leave Gaza and come to the US. Before I leave the country, I didn't imagine that this is going to be the last time for me to see many of my beloved people. We're here to bid a farewell for the Martyrs of Gaza. And these people are not just numbers and statistics. These people are people who have names, dreams. They're mothers, brothers, sisters. They're friends, they're neighbors. I have survived 4 wars in Gaza. And I remember that the last war, it was Monday at 2 a.m. There was a very heavy bombardment around us. The area I live in was completely destroyed, and it was reduced to rubble. The only building was standing is our building around us. My father asked me, "What do you want?" And I told him I just want to live. I told him I just want to live and achieve my dreams and live in a safe place. The UN states Gaza as an inhumane city to live in, but this is completely the opposite of Gaza citizens. They never felt this about Gaza. Gaza was always, for all the citizens, the best city in the world. I have friends who have traveled here before me, and I was asking them if, do you like the US more or Gaza? And I was shocked that all of them were just saying that living in Gaza is way better than living anywhere on earth. You feel that you belong in Gaza. People are always under oppression. There are inhumane conditions, but people are still loving their lives. Before leaving, I didn't imagine that it is gonna be the last time to see many of my friends. It's gonna be the last time to see my home. I didn't imagine it's gonna be the last time to see one of my close friends who were going out together, and I didn't imagine that I was leaving all of these things and I'm not gonna see them again. I don't imagine that the place, my home, the place where I was raised, is heavily damaged and my parents were displaced from it. Even my cats who were living with us like for the last 5 years, and I saw the pictures of them. And their neck would just, their head was out of their body. There are some people who I've heard that they were killed. The story of some people that I would like to say is a man that I don't know his name. He's a man that I've always seen him when I was going to the grocery store with his son. This man is blind, and his son was always moving with him and taking him to the grocery store so he can buy things with his father. When I was seeing them, I was always saying that I can't imagine that they have this relationship, that he moves, the father is blind and his children are moving with him. And I knew that this man were killed under the rubble of his house, and his son became blind, and his two hands were cut off. It's like this family had to live like this. I also have a friend in my school. He's a son of a famous journalist, Wael al-Dahdouh. His son was a friend of mine, Mahmoud Wael al-Dahdouh. He's 3 years younger than me, but he was always a nice person. He always dreamed to be like his father, a hero that delivers the message and the oppression, the genocide and ethnic cleansing that's happening in Palestine to the world. Who was also killed with his sister and his mother. I would like us just to have 1 minute of silence for the people who are killed. May God have mercy on these people who were killed, and I wish that this could stop. I wish that we don't have to just being killed so the world just recognizes us as humans. We're humans who have, they're not just numbers. These are people who have the dreams. We're people who want to live. These are heroes who have sacrificed their lives for the sake of resistance and defending their country and their homes. I would just like Muslims to read Al-Fatiha on themselves. Thank you.
I'll be reading two poems. The first is for the Palestinian poet Murid al-Barghouthi, and the other is for the author Hiba Abu Nada, the Palestinian writer and poet from Gaza who was killed in this war. غرف الروح مريد البرغوثي. في زمان غير هذا من زمان كان للشاعر أن يختار جوا للمراثي، ربما صفصافة مالت كما عرف الحصان، ربما صمت المكان، ربما يأتي على وصف رخام نام فيه الأقحوان، ربما يهمل حفار القبور، ربما يعطي له جمجمة ثم يلقي في وقار مسرحي مقطعا عن حكمة الموت وعن آنية الدنيا، وينعى مضحك القصر ومولاه معا، ويساوي بين ذل العبد والسيد والشهوات والحرمان من كل شهي. ربما يرسم غيما مائلا يبكي ويحكي عن فتاة قدت الثوب وألقت جسمها فوق الصبي، غير أني عندما أكتب في الموت أراني صامت الوجه ومعقود اللسان، وكأني أسمع المخفي فيه، وكأني لا أقول الشعر من آن لآن، وكأن الشاعر الحق عدو الشاعري. أيها القتلى فلستم جثثا، إنني منكم ومن ينظر إلى روحي يجد في كل ركن جدثا، تصبر العينين ما يبكي على الباكي عليكم إن جرى دمع على من حنثا. أيها القتلى أتدري روحكم ما حدث، قيل ننساكم لكي نحيا ولكن عبثا، قيل ننساكم لنبكيكم ونبكيكم لننساكم ولكن عبثا. أيها القتلى أما يقلقكم شيء علينا، طمنونا من سواكم سوف يعطينا الأمان. في زمان غير هذا من زمان قبل أن يدخل ثوبي في عدوي، قبل أن يصبح للأخطاء أخطاء تدوي، كان رامي السهم يرميه إلى صدر سواه، كان باني البيت لا يهدمه، كان قلب المستجير مطمئنا أن من يؤويه لا يسلمه، كانت الوالدة الملهوفة العينين لا ترضى بتقسيم الولد. أيها القتلى بكل الحقب، هل رأيتم في عباءات مراثيكم مريبا إن عندي ريبي؟ أيها القتلى أما يقلقكم شيء علينا، طمنونا من سواكم سوف يعطينا الأمان. كمد الأحياء من حي لحي يكتمل، وانذهال الناس من بيت لبيت، قال لي قلبي وقالت للطريق إننا نعجب من مستعجل أعمى يصل. هذه مقبرة حقا ولا شعر ضروري لها، إنها تصحو على القصف وفي الفصحى تنام. كيف يا قتلى تنامون هنا لتقول امرأة تغرق في الأصباغ عنكم يا حرام. يكتب الشاعر مرثاة لينساها وتنساها خطا تنسى الكلام. سئمنا كل مرثية، سئمنا أننا حالة، سئمنا أننا رحل، سئمنا أننا يمشى بنا في كل مفترق ولا نسأل، سئمنا أننا نمشي فيمشي فوق آخر الأخطاء فوق صحيحنا الأول. ولا عجب، تعددت الحرائق في البلاد كما يعد الإصبع المخفي تحت ضمادة الأخطاء. هل علمتنا يا جرح كيف الصح يرتكب؟ تعددت المباهج حولنا وتعددت أغلالنا، فينا الذي بالموت كسرها، وفينا من يكسرها، وفينا من تعودها، وفينا الآن من أغلاله ذهب. هبة أبو الندى، أعيذك في الفروض والاستخارة، وأرقي كل مأذنة وحارة. من الصاروخ لحظة كان أمرا، من الجنرال حتى صار غارة. أعيذك والصغار قبيل يهوي، تغير بابتسامتها مساره. أعيذك والصغار هنا نياما، كما نام الفراخ بحضن عش، ولا يمشون للأحلام ليلا، لأن الموت نحو البيت يمشي. ودمع الأمهات غدا يماما، ليتبعهم به في كل نعش. أعيذك إن من عشق ومات، سينقشع الغبار ويضحكان. نشرت الشاعرة قصيدتها الآتية في يوم 10 تشرين الأول 2023. لسنا مجرد عابرين. بالأمس قالت نجمة لضياء قلبي يا ضيا، لسنا مجرد عابرين. لا تنطفئ، ما زال يمشي تحت هذا الضوء بعض الشاردين. الحب أول ما خلقت به، فلا تحمل سواه هدية للخائفين. كل الحدائق في أسامينا ابتدت يوما بما تركته من زمن قلوب العاشقين. مذ شبت اللغة القديمة علمت أمثالنا أن نداوي بالحنين الآخرين، أن لضيق رئاتهم عطر سماوي وتنهيد وبعض الأكسجين، أن نمر على الجراح برقة شاشا من المعنى وحبة أسبرين. لو يا ضيا ضاقت مجرات العوالم كلها، فقل ادخلوا قلبي جميعا آمنين.
I'm also going to read two poems. One is by Rifat Al-Arir, who the IDF called a few days ago with a threat saying that they were going to target him. He was then assassinated in his home along with his sister and her family. The second poem that I'm going to read is by Mus'ab Abu Talha, who was kidnapped along with hundreds of other Palestinians and released thanks to international pressure. If I must die, Rifat Al-Arir. If I must die, you must live. To tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings. Make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze, and bid no farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope, let it be a tale. Obit, Mus'ab Abu Talha. To the shadow I had left alone before I crossed the border, my shadow that stayed, lonely and hid in the dark of the night, freezing where it was, never needing a visa. To my shadow that's been waiting for my return, homeless except when I was walking by its side in the summer light. To my shadow that wishes to go to school with the children of morning, but couldn't fit through the classroom doors. To my shadow that has caught cold now, that's been sneezing and coughing, no one there to say to it, God bless. To my shadow that's been crushed by cars and vans, its chest pierced by shrapnel and bullets, flying with no wings, my shadow that no one's attending to, bleeding black blood through its memory, now and forever. Thank you.
Dear friends, for a couple of days now, students, faculty, and staff have been planting flags in the ground. Each of these flags represent one of the people who were killed in Gaza in the last 2 months. We are gathered today to not only acknowledge their unjust killing, but to remember and celebrate their lives, no matter how brief it was. We'd like to invite you to walk slowly towards the flags with your cards and pens that were given to you at the start. If you don't have the cards, there's a basket here with some cards, and you can share the pens. Together, we will be writing on the flags names of those whom we have lost and we grieve. We invite you to kneel next to a flag and write down one of the names that are on the card. These names and these cards are for you to keep when you leave and to always remember. Once you're done writing the names, we invite you to gather around this altar here. If you have brought something with you from home, please place it on the altar. If not, we will be around for the next part of the ceremony altogether. Thank you.
In Palestine, we save our seeds in ash. We keep them in ash. So our seeds, who are us, we lay our lives so others can live. Yes, so others can live. And all of the people whose names that you have written down on these flags, and all those people who, as we speak, their names are gone unremembered, we want to invite you today, before you leave, to walk to the area over there where you'll see pots and soil, so that you can take a pot, and with each pot there will be a packet of seeds. And we hope that you'll fill the pot with soil, because we are soil, and we are the land, and we hurt here today because we are part of this land. The land as in our Mother Earth, and all of us as kin. So we ask you to take a pot and to take the seeds and to keep the cards that have the names of the people, these spirits, these souls whose lives should not be gone, not just forgotten, but as the fruit of whatever your pot will sprout, and as you eat it, that you make them part of your body and part of your life, so that their story lives on forever. And so in that spirit, I hope that you can start going towards the pots and taking the seeds and planting. When you plant these seeds, to plant them in the names of the people on the cards you have, so they may live forever.
I have to go this way. I have to go this way. I'm gonna go see like that. Get it? This one's pretty wide. Let's get straight a little here. Bunny, bounce, bounce. Bunny, bounce. Mommy, come on, we have to go plant our seeds. What the want you to